Hey, whoa. If you're new here and haven't clicked on one of my videos before, don't go anywhere just yet, okay? Give me a chance, hear me out. So on this channel right now, we're in the midst of building an epic 4x4 overland van. And if you're in that kind of thing, you might want to check this out. We got some really cool products going into this build. Now, if you have been here before, on one of our last videos, we did some sound deadening, and I showed you at the most rear location and also the most front location in which we didn't put any sound deadening, and I asked you if you knew why we did that. Do you know why that is? And if you guessed roof vents, you're 100% accurate. So now I'm going to take you to the garage. I'm going to really quickly show you what fan we're using and what tools we're using, and then we'll get right back up here. Sound a good idea? Let's go. Sorry, I actually had to let the air out of the tires so that we could have that extra 5 or 6 inches between the tent and the van. And now we can go into the garage and talk about this product here. So this is a MaxxAir Maxxfan Deluxe. Now if there was a Cadillac to roof vent fans, this would definitely be the one. And we're not just putting this one in, we're actually doing ×2. But for this demonstration showing you what's in the box, we only need one of these. Inside the box, it's very simply packaged. There's not much to it. The whole fan will just slide right out. Now there is also this small box inside of there. And inside of that comes with all your self-tapping screws, as well as your connectors. You have your instruction manual and 2 AAA batteries, and the remote control, which is what those AAA batteries are for. As you'll see with this fan, if we lift it up off, this is your double flange. So this flange will go on the top side of your ceiling, and this flange will come up through the bottom as your beauty ring. And you'll actually end up cutting that depending on the thickness of your ceiling once you have all your ceiling in and everything like that. So with this gasket, as you'll see, it's completely flat all the way around. Now if you look at the Sprinter vans, the vans themselves actually have ribs across the roof. It's for structure. The MaxxAir fan doesn't really sell a solution to that. So we bought these gaskets from a third-party company, in which are made for the MaxxAir fans and going on top of Sprinter vans. So this is our most front gasket. You can see the groove on one side, not the other. It's literally just going to fit down right over top. And you'll see they've actually chamfered the edge here as well a little bit. That way it can fit down in between these grooves. And we're going to do the exact same thing to the back one, which has dual grooves. Let me show you. Come here. I want to make sure you can see. So it's going to sit dead center because of these grooves. And then on the side here, because of that chamfer again, if you do try and move it, it's going to lift up. If you didn't have this flange that fits over top of these so perfectly, if you can imagine, if I flip it upside down, this would be the flange that's on the actual fan itself. So that's how it would be sitting. Which means you would have to cut into these, flatten them. If you have any type of gap that's just silicone, I don't think I trust that. This is the roof, and if you have a leak on the roof, it's going to wreck everything inside your build. Real quick, let's show you the tools. So we're going to need a drill bits, jigsaw with a metal blade, tape, magnet, pen, 3M window weld, lap sealant, butyl tape, and then these gaskets that we got are actually part of the tools as well, giving you a stencil. So once we have all that, we're ready to get up on top of the van. Alright, here we go. Went through all that. I didn't even bring my tape or my pen or anything with me. Oh, Jeffrey. So now that we know exactly where our roof vents are going to go, I'm going to take some of our clear poly, and we're just going to tape this up right over top of our hull, and that'll catch the majority of the metal shavings. Will fall into this little poly bag that we've created instead of all over our floors. See what I'm saying? Look at this. Doesn't need to be anything special. It's a little bit of plastic taped exactly where we're going to cut the hole on number 1 and the hole on number 2. And now we get to go hang out back up on the roof. So I'm just going to outline it again, just like that. Tape it again. just like that. Put our tiny little pilot holes in the 4 corners. Put our bigger hole in. And then cut it out. Put our magnet on first. And did you just notice that? I did safety first for the first time ever. I actually put safety glasses on before I even started the first ever cut. Wow, I must be growing up or something. Look at that. Another hole in the roof of our van. Oh, that's awesome. Woohoo! See, once again, look how many metal filings that thing picked up. It saved us from having to sweep up. So now we're just going to pull our tape off. And my file, which I left at the end of the van. Of course I did. Oh, darn you. Okay, I'm gonna try and shuffle my way that way instead of moving the ladder again. Look at that, it worked. It worked. Where's my ladder? Where's my ladder? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now it's gonna take a nice fine file. So now that that's all done, I'm going to take some light sandpaper. So I got like an 800 grit. And we're just going to go around the edge and score it so that our primer and our window bond has something to bond to. We rub our acetone all the way around it. We put a little paper down just to make sure we don't get anything on our windows. The battery went dead while we were doing that, so you missed it. But that's pretty much what it looks like. So now we got to make this flange get glued down to the top of that. We're going to take our 3M window weld and we're going to make 3 beads around here, about 1/8 of an inch thick each. Bing! So now I want to make sure I'm nice and stable here so I can make sure I get it properly all the way around. I'm going to start with the inside bead, go to the middle bead, and then the outside bead. This stuff's thick. I tell you, a power caulking gun like our buddy Kurt had doing the windows must be so much better right now. I can't get proper footing here, peeps. Like, what do I do? This is insane. Holy crap. And just like that, we have 3 beads around here. So, again, no rush. It's going to take a little bit of time to set anyways. So we're just going to set it down so it's nice and straight on our hole. Push it down. Yep. Yep. Now it does say on it, do not clamp. I'm going to say she looks pretty good. Now that we got everything on the roof, we brought this inside the garage because I'm not going to try and assemble this on top of that roof. There's just not enough room up there. So now we have our butyl tape, which we're going to put around the flange here, over top of where our bolt holes go. So I'm going to run 1 bead from corner to corner. Okay, I can't leave you on there obviously because you're wiggling way too much. That's going to be annoying. There, you're not quite as close. No, you're not going to stay. So the one thing I don't want to do is I don't really want to overlap this butyl, I don't think. Because I feel like if I overlap it, it's going to give a ridge. So I'm just going to butt it right up, and then once we get it all in place, I'll cut it and stretch it so it all meshes together. And just like that, we have a butyl seal. The 3M adhesive is completely dry. Now I'm gonna peel the backing off our butyl. I think we're good to go, my friends. Straight. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-drill all our holes. Now, if you are using this gasket, the gasket comes with 4 screws that are self-tapping again for your corners, and then the ones that come with the actual kit itself, the fan kit, will go everywhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this corner here. Now they do not need to be super tight. You don't want to crack this flange, of course. So with your kit, you'll notice there's 3 different types of screws in here. So you got one with a flat head and it's painted white. That's for the beauty ring underneath. You got some short fat ones. Those are what's going to go into the side of the fan to hold the fan in. Then you got the long skinny ones, which are the ones you're going to use for this flange here. Again, I'm just going to crisscross the pattern as they put them down in. And my friends, that's it. Somebody's in my van. And here we go for our 3rd and final coat of sealing. This is a lapping compound, or lapping sealant. You know it's good because Buddy puts his face on the actual canister. So who else would put their face on something that isn't good? So basically this one here is a self-leveling sealant. So we're just gonna put beads around, let's say 3/8 bead, and just keep going around, and it'll level itself and kind of run off the edges, and it'll just fully seal this whole vent in to ensure no water is gonna get in there. Alright, guess what? Guess what? That's it! Getting the silicone all over my camera gear. That's great. We did it. It's freaking warm up here, peeps. Considering it's like minus 25 outside, I am sweating my butt off. So there's the wet finished product. See it? Looks like we put vanilla icing all over the top of our van. So we're gonna let that level off. You can see the front one's done as well. See it? Holy crap. Let me tell you how much fun that is. Oh. So we're finally back. Whoa. And it's warm enough to work in the van again. But our lapping compound looks freaking fabulous, doesn't it? It dried perfectly, and we're ready to actually install the fan itself now. So this is very, very simple. We're just gonna open it up. So there's a manual opener on here. With that manual opener, we can now expose the bolt holes, in which it's gonna bolt right into these. Okay? So, as simple as making sure my wires go through that little groove, and then dropping the fan down on top. Our fan's on, check it. Look at that. Yes. So now, we're gonna have our screws again. And these, we have 8 because we have one more fan. But these 4 screws are gonna go right in the side. You will also notice underneath there's these metal tabs. You're gonna want them pushed up just a tiny bit, because if they're all the way down, you can't actually get your screw in there. And then you just kind of angle your screw, whoops, and then you kind of angle your screw to the hole and straighten it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're in. Again, just like everything else, they don't need to be super tight because it's just into plastic. You see how simple that is? I'm gonna put these last 2 screws in. And that's it. We're complete, peeps. What? Got one down there. We got one right here. Let's hook some power up to these and see them go. You wanna see that? All right, so here we go. So I got my 12-volt battery just on a stand right underneath the fan. Then I just took some alligator clips. I just clipped positive to positive, negative to negative. And with the remote control, I can now turn it on and it goes up. See? We can also control the speed of it. You can hear it get quieter. When we're done for the night, we just hit power, and look at this. Okay, and it stops. There's our MaxxAir fan, my friend. Of course, obviously we have the one at the front, but it's so dark you can't see anything, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. So, there's another video. Done. In the basket. Bam! And we'll see you next Sunday. Perfect.